Say that again.
They went through Melania's underwear drawer.
The talking point. This is a talking point.
Merrick Garland was very careful not to politicize his investigations. Are you telling me? I have a question. I have a question.
Kidding me?
Are you telling me that Donald Trump would allow Pam Bondi to open an investigation to Donald Trump Jr.? Hey everybody, Adam Mockler here. I just got off another really heated television debate panel and I wanted to bring it to you all right away. This time, I got into it with both host Chris Cuomo and the other panelist, and we were just debating about the Epstein client list for a few minutes straight. So make sure you watch until the end. I'll interject later and tell you my thoughts, but if you drop a like on the video and double check to make sure you're subscribed to the Adam Mockler feed, that would mean the world. Subscribing helps the debates. It helps spread the message. So thank you all a lot.
And someone who's newer to this arena, progressive Gen Z podcaster, my friend Adam Mockler. Adam, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Part of that is mythology and part of it is material. You're right about trafficking, so let's focus on it where it actually is in reality, which is inside the country. What we used to call prostitution and pimps are now called traffickers and trafficked individuals. Let's focus on that, not Epstein, because you're never going to get satisfaction on that. And Adam, that's my problem with you guys. I believe that the left jumping on the Epstein train is just because you think it's bad for Trump. Because if you really cared about disclosing anything, you would have done it on your watch.
Yeah, a few things. First of all, I agree that the conspiracy has been overblown in many areas. That tends to happen. But there is definitely more about Trump in this Epstein investigation, and we know that. We know that because new evidence surfaced last week. That journal that was sent to Epstein on his 50th birthday, that was a part of the federal investigation, but wasn't released to the public until about a week ago. So that alone proves there was more material in there. But I mean,
Adam,
Biden's DOJ worked a little. Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
Not every disclosure advances your understanding. The president says he never sent any card for his 50th birthday, but let's say he forgot. Let's say he did, and he drew a pretty little picture and he wrote little silly things on it for Epstein's 50th birthday. How does that inform you to anything nefarious that you didn't know before?
This is where the panel begins to go sideways, but just to add a little bit more context to the question that he asked, nobody's saying that sending this letter to Jeffrey Epstein for his birthday is a crime, but it does add more context to their quite mysterious relationship. I mean, all of the indictments say Epstein's peak predation happened in 2002 to 2005. So Donald Trump was going to weird parties with Epstein at this time, sending letters at this time. And yeah, the American people deserve to know what Donald Trump was saying, doing behind closed doors with this famous sex trafficker at this time. So watch until the end. I'm just saying this administration ran on transparency. I really quickly want to go back to what you were saying about Biden not releasing this. The Biden DOJ worked a lot differently. Merrick Garland, whether you like him or don't like him.
This is a talking point. This is a talking point.
Merrick Garland was very careful not to politicize his investigations. Are you telling me? Wait, I have a question. I have a question.
Kidding me?
Are you telling me that Donald Trump would allow Pam Bondi to open an investigation to Donald Trump Jr.? Would that happen?
I'm saying that under the I'll answer a question with a question. Here's what I'm saying. If you think that Merrick Garland wouldn't have dropped a bomb on Donald Trump's head.
He waited like 2 or 3 years to even investigate a stolen election from Donald Trump. Donald Trump tried to steal the election and Merrick Garland waited forever.
Are you kidding me? They literally tied Trump up for the last 4 years to do everything they could to get him to not be able to run in 2024, especially as he continued to gain momentum and win following the assassination attempt. If you don't think Kamala Harris wouldn't have pulled this out, if there was anything devastating to Trump, it's not about Trump. This was absolutely abysmal for Democrats prior to the last month. Democrats hated Epstein. Absolutely,
Kamala Harris didn't have the ability.
Everybody can agree on the left and the right that the DOJ was definitely monopolized and was utilized to go against Trump and those people that were a part of, just like they used the IRS against conservatives in 2012, they definitely utilized the DOJ to target conservatives underneath the Biden administration. Can you point to one example of Kamala Harris and his family? They went through Melania's underwear drawer.
Say that again?
They went through Melania's underwear drawer. I mean, you cannot get more targeting than that.
After Trump hid documents for a year, he played cat and mouse
in Melania's underwear.
Well, hold on.
Please.
Hold on. Let's not go down the rabbit hole. The Mar-a-Lago thing, I believe, was absolutely a play by President Trump. And the FBI and the Democrats fell for it, is that he basically baited you. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Come on in and take me. Come on in. And you did it.
Such a
and it wound up being over nothing. And it looked like a horrible case of lawfare. Here's my pivot point that I want to end on. Adam, how are you guys, as you are now dangerously close to your own populist reformation movement that may be justified in terms of grievance over affordability? I think it is. But socialism as an answer is a death sentence. Why don't you guys just go after what's in the big, beautiful bill and make your case on that Democrats would have done better? Why screw with this other stuff that'll never end well?
Because listen, I didn't think Trump's Epstein ties were that deep until he started acting like someone who's terrified of the truth coming out. He's constantly biting, and I think this is a framework. It's a window into how he covers up everything else. When he lies about who pays the tariff and says that for some reason other countries pay the tariff, he's lying in the same way as when he's lying about the Epstein files, or when he's lying about how much this new bill increases the debt long term. So I think he lies about all of these issues, and at the very least we can use this to create less dogmatic supporters who listen to us on other issues. So part of it is political strategy. Of course, Democrats will harp on this, but also, honestly, I didn't really think Trump's Epstein ties were that deep, but you got to admit, isn't this dude acting really strange every time he's on camera? He's like,
I'll tell you why I think he's acting strange. And look, if I'm wrong, Adam, please come back and stick it in my face. It happens all the time. I'll tell you why he's acting strange, in my opinion. And Scotty, I'll give this to you and then we'll go. I think Trump is completely flummoxed as to why people care about this so much, because he does not believe there's a client list. He does not believe there's a list of people. Yes, he threw out Clinton and Summers because that's what he does. He threw it out there so that a chooch like me would have to talk about it, which I am. But Scotty,
there was so much I wanted to respond to. I want to run through it all really quickly, but that's what happens in these 5-minute news hits. There are a lot of pros and cons to them. The pros are that you oftentimes get a quick punch in, and it works, but the cons are that you don't get to flesh out answers or respond to everything. So there was a point where Cuomo tries to imply that Trump was just baiting the Democrats and the FBI into raiding Mar-a-Lago. Number one, the Democrats didn't raid Mar-a-Lago. It was the FBI. It was a separate arm. And this was after Donald Trump stole documents for a year. If you want to say that like every single person on the run, was Osama bin Laden also baiting SEAL Team 6 into taking him out? No, he was on the run. He was committing criminal acts and trying to evade the police. That is exactly what was going on with Donald Trump. It wasn't some weird thing where Donald Trump was playing 4D chess. Cuomo also repeatedly says the American people don't care about this, but as I point out, they do. It may not be the top of the list. I think prices and debt and everything else should rightfully so be at the top of the list. There are a lot of more important things than just Epstein, but it's pretty damn important, and it's a good window into how much this administration lies. So if you'd like me to go on this show more and debate more, then all you have to do is drop a blue heart, share this video around. Make sure you're subscribed to the Adam Mockler feed with a like on this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.